Archangel Michael says, something strange is moving through the air around you. You can feel it, but you can't quite place where it's coming from. A shift is approaching, and it's wrapped in a secret someone has carried since the day they first met you. There's a memory they've hidden so deep, it aches inside of them every time your name is spoken. They've watched you grow, change, and struggle, all while holding a truth they never dared to confess. But now, the weight is too heavy to bear. This person is no stranger, no passing presence. They were marked by the day you both crossed paths, as if time itself paused to take note. Something happened in that moment, something more powerful than you could ever imagine. Their silence was not due to carelessness, but to fear. Fear of how you'd see them if they ever admitted what they felt, what they noticed, and what they were told on that very first day. Now, they are on the edge of letting it all out. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They were shown something. A vision, a message, a feeling so strong that it shook them to the core. It wasn't just admiration, it was recognition, like their soul had seen you before this life. They stood frozen when you smiled. That smile opened a part of them they had kept closed for years. They knew in that instant that you were going to be someone they could never forget. But instead of telling you, they pulled away. They masked it all with ordinary words, casual conversation, and a subtle exit. What they saw in your eyes scared them, because it mirrored something buried in theirs. They've kept it hidden, tucked behind glances, buried beneath years of avoidance. But every night, they relive that day, the way your presence collided with theirs. Now, time is forcing them to open that vault. Type Amen to get blessing 652. Archangel Michael says, the secret is about to burst open like thunder in a clear sky. They cannot hold it in anymore, the universe is pressuring them to come forward. They are receiving signs every single day, urging them to speak. They thought they could live with the silence. But something is happening in their world that's making your name echo louder. The energy around you both is heating up with intensity, and this time, there's no escape. They thought they could forget you. They changed cities, deleted messages, avoided places you once visited together. But the universe brought you back into their orbit. Something about the day you first met keeps haunting them. A color you wore. A word you said. A scent in the air. That day isn't just a memory, it's a prophecy that's waiting to be fulfilled. Type Amen to get blessing 719. They have written letters they never sent. Voice notes they deleted before sending. Words rehearsed in the mirror that never made it to you. But they never really left. In their heart, they carry a version of you untouched by pain. The you that smiled that first time, unaware of the shadow that danced behind their eyes. That day wasn't ordinary for them, it was a beginning. They didn't expect to meet you. You were not in their plans, not in their structure, not in their vision. But the universe delivered you like a divine interruption. They looked at you and felt time bend. They saw futures, heard songs, felt colors they couldn't explain. But instead of embracing it, they ran. Because it felt too big. Type Amen to get blessing 842. The truth they hid isn't just emotional, it's spiritual. They were warned about you, in dreams and symbols. They were told you'd be a catalyst in their life, and they were scared of what it meant. They saw something dark too. A threat, a risk, a fear of losing control. That's why they hesitated, and why they left things unsaid. But now, their spirit is changing. They've grown tired of hiding, tired of pretending it was nothing. The energy in the air is demanding truth, and this time, they won't suppress it. There's a location they haven't visited in years, because it reminds them of you. And now they're planning to go there, alone, just to feel your presence again. Type Amen to get blessing 955. They spoke to someone recently, someone you don't know. And in that conversation, your name slipped out. Their voice cracked, and that person saw the truth in their eyes. That day you met, they had a secret dream the night before. A dream where you arrived in their life through fire and light. And they woke up shaken, not knowing what it meant until they saw you. The way you said their name, the way your energy collided with theirs, it was cosmic. They felt an old wound get exposed, but also healed, in the same moment. They want to come clean now. But they're scared you won't believe the depth of what they felt. They fear you've moved on and left that moment behind, while they've replayed it endlessly. Type Amen to get blessing 1008. This is not about love, or maybe it is. But it's deeper than romance. It's about a soul contract that's been waiting for activation. They've watched your posts, your photos, your words, always from the shadows. Each one like a message meant for them, though you never knew. They've decoded your silence. They heard your spirit calling them, even when your words didn't. There was a moment they almost told you everything, but they lost courage in the final second. Now, things are shifting. The wind is whispering your name into their ears again. They've seen something in a reflection recently, your face in a stranger's eyes. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. Archangel Michael says, you are being prepared to receive what has long been hidden. The truth will not come gently, but it will come beautifully. There will be tears, but they will cleanse what's been buried for too long. This person is preparing to knock on a door you never expected. Maybe a message will come first. Or maybe they'll appear in front of you, trembling but determined. They're done pretending. They're done avoiding. They know that if they don't speak now, they may never get another chance. They are being spiritually pushed. Everything around them is aligning for this confession. And the moment is closer than you think. Type Amen to get blessing 1230. They've written down what they need to say. They're editing it every night. But no words feel strong enough to hold the truth. The truth is this: that day changed their life. Something inside of them woke up, and it hasn't gone back to sleep since. They felt like they were standing in front of someone who held a part of their soul. Not in a romantic cliché, but in a cosmic agreement. They knew that if they stayed close to you, their life would never be the same. And that terrified them more than anything. Type Amen to get blessing 1344. They once heard your name in a stranger's mouth and their heart jumped. It was like the universe was reminding them of the unfinished business they had with you. Your presence still echoes in their world. Even if years have passed, even if lives have changed. That day is frozen in a corner of their mind. They haven't told anyone the full story. Because it sounds unreal. But they know it's time to bring the truth into the light. They are crafting the moment. Not for dramatic effect, but because they want to honor the weight of what they've carried. Type Amen to get blessing 1417. They once cried because of what they saw in your eyes that day. Not because it hurt, but because it healed. That healing scared them. They've been receiving signs. Coins on the floor. Feathers in strange places. Numbers repeating. It all points back to you. There is something divine pulling you both together again. And this time, it won't be ignored. The clock is ticking. Their spirit is restless. Your name tastes like fate on their tongue. And they are about to speak the words that will change everything. Type Amen to get blessing 1500. They keep hearing your laugh in quiet rooms. In moments of stillness, your voice calls out from their memory like a soft whisper. They've stopped fighting it. They know it's time to face the truth. They know you deserve to hear what they saw that day. Not just their emotions, but the vision, the revelation, the moment of clarity. You were not a random encounter. You were sent into their path to unlock something dormant in them. And instead of walking through that door, they locked it and threw away the key. But now, the key has returned to their hand. They feel the pull, stronger than ever. Like the tides dragging them toward you. And they are ready to surrender to what they once resisted. Type Amen to get blessing 1666. They saw a future flash before their eyes when you met. Not a fantasy, but a warning and a blessing intertwined. They didn't know what to do with it. They tried to forget you by drowning in distractions. But nothing worked. Because what was born that day between you two was too sacred to bury. That sacred memory has now turned into a calling. It visits them in dreams and reflections. It reminds them, you haven't said what needs to be said. They've started planning how to tell you everything. They're scared of your reaction, but more afraid of never telling you at all. Type Amen to get blessing 1739. This secret has burned inside them like a silent fire. Each time they tried to extinguish it, it only grew stronger. They finally realized that it wasn't meant to be silenced. They're ready to sit in front of you and let it all out. Their voice may tremble, but their truth will be pure. You'll hear words you never imagined were being held for you. This is about the divine appointment of souls. And they've come to understand that denying that day is denying a piece of their soul. That first meeting wasn't ordinary. The sky looked different. The time felt warped. And now, all those memories are demanding closure. Type Amen to get blessing 1802. They're not sure if you'll embrace them or walk away. But they're preparing for both. Because at this point, truth is more important than outcome. They have watched you walk through fire. They wanted to reach out so many times. But shame and fear kept them frozen. They never forgot how your energy felt. It left an imprint on their skin, their thoughts, their choices. They compared everyone after you to that moment. You became the standard they never confessed. And now, it's eating away at the shell they built around themselves. They're tired of pretending they didn't care. Type Amen to get blessing 1922. Archangel Michael says, the veil is thinning. Spiritual energies are lining up for a divine confrontation. And what has been hidden will finally be spoken. They are being spiritually prepared for this moment. Their soul is being cleansed to release the words they've trapped in silence. The day is drawing near. You will feel it before it happens. Your heart will sense something unusual, and your soul will vibrate. That's the energy of their confession traveling toward you. This is not something you chase. It's something that is finding its way to you. Like a river drawn back to its source. Type Amen to get blessing 2025. They've watched your victories from a distance. Cheered for you in secret. They've always believed in you, even when they said nothing. But this is no longer about admiration. It's about finally speaking the words their spirit has been begging to release. They are rehearsing, crying, trembling. They wish they had told you on that day. But if they had, maybe neither of you would have been ready. Maybe that day was just the beginning, not the moment itself. Now, everything is in place. And they're ready to look into your eyes and say, you were the beginning of my transformation. Type Amen to get blessing 2134. There's a journal entry somewhere with your name in it. Dated from the week you met. They wrote down their feelings and tucked it away. They reread that entry last night, and their hands shook. The words felt like a prophecy waiting to be fulfilled. It was time. They know you felt incomplete without knowing this piece. Even if you couldn't name it, your spirit knew something was missing. They are the missing voice. And their silence has cost you both time. But no more. What is sacred can no longer be ignored. Type Amen to get blessing 2209. They bought something for you once. A small item, insignificant to others, but full of meaning. They never gave it to you. It's still in a box, tucked away. Every time they see it, they remember the day your paths crossed. That day wasn't ordinary, it was fate disguised in silence. They've tried to create distance between themselves and that memory. But it always pulls them back. Always. Because you were not meant to be forgotten. You were written into their story before either of you were born. Type Amen to get blessing 2333. They're preparing a meeting. It could be in person, or through a message, or even a call. But it will be intentional. No more hiding behind coincidences. No more pretending that what they felt was just passing interest. It was spiritual lightning. They've carried this storm inside them long enough. And they need you to know, it's never been about anyone else. Only you. The moment you met left them scarred and blessed at the same time. Now, they are ready to turn that scar into light. Type Amen to get blessing 2401. Every detail of that day is etched into their mind. What you wore, how the sun hit your face, the first word you said. It all lives inside them. They used to think it would fade. But it didn't. Instead, it grew more vivid with time. They've spoken your name in the darkness. Not to others, but to the universe. As if hoping it would carry their regret to your heart. And maybe it did. Maybe that's why you're reading this now. Because this message is your confirmation. Type Amen to get blessing 2517. They believe this is their last chance. If they don't reveal this now, it might never happen again. And they won't risk losing the one person that changed everything. They will tell you how the universe whispered about you to them before you even spoke. They will tell you about the butterflies that never left. They will finally give a name to what they've always known, that you were not just someone they met. You were a divine collision. Get ready. Because their confession is already being formed in spirit. And the moment will arrive when you least expect it. Type Amen to get blessing 2604. They're standing at the edge of something life-altering. This isn't about apology, it's about release. They have carried this burden for far too long and can no longer pretend they are unaffected. That first day never left them. It clung to their skin like wind, whispering secrets every time they closed their eyes. Each breath since then has been colored by your presence. They are no longer hiding behind logic. What they felt wasn't logical, it was divine. That kind of connection doesn't ask for permission. There are people in their life who never understood why they suddenly changed after meeting you. But they knew. Their silence was the only shield they had left. Type Amen to get blessing 2710. Your name became a prayer on their lips, though they didn't realize it. A quiet mantra in moments of fear and uncertainty. They always ended up coming back to the memory of you. There's a photo they never deleted. A timestamp, a snapshot, a frozen frame of that unforgettable moment. They've stared at it more times than they'll ever admit. They know they're late. They know the timing isn't perfect. But divine truth does not follow human clocks. What's coming is not small. It will shake you. Not to destroy, but to rebuild from a place of truth, no longer buried beneath silence. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. They are remembering the sound of your laughter. Not just the sound, but the way it made them feel like they were finally home. That feeling never returned with anyone else. They've looked for you in others. In faces, voices, even the way someone walks. But no one ever came close to what you made them feel on that first day. They've cried over the lost time. Over missed chances, over messages typed and deleted. But they're done mourning. Now, they are ready to act. They are ready to give you the peace you never knew was missing. And once you hear it, everything will click into place. Type Amen to get blessing 2900. They have prayed for the right moment. Beg the universe for a sign. And now, the signs are flooding in. They've had dreams of you recently. Vivid, emotional dreams that feel more real than waking life. And in each dream, you're waiting for them to speak. This secret is not something harmful. It's something beautiful, something too powerful for them to say out loud until now. Because it reveals everything. Everything they felt. Everything they hoped. Everything they feared. And most of all, everything they still believe. Type Amen to get blessing 2991. The pressure in their spirit is growing. Their chest feels tight when they think of how long they've stayed quiet. But they're about to break the silence, and when they do, it will be with trembling truth. You will be shocked by what they say. Because it's not just a confession, it's a spiritual unlocking. It will explain everything they never said before. This message, this moment, this day, it's part of that energy. It's preparing you. Spirit is aligning you both. They may cry when they finally say it. Not out of sadness, but relief. Because the truth will finally be free. Type Amen to get blessing 3055. They once stood outside your space and debated whether to come in. Their feet couldn't move, but their soul screamed for them to take the step. They turned back. But that moment haunted them. They've saved old conversations. Not for obsession, but for remembrance. Because they needed proof that you were once real in their world. They've written your name in notebooks. Drawn hearts beside it without thinking. Your name still carries power in their handwriting. They don't want anything from you. They just want you to know. They want you to feel the weight of that first meeting through their truth. Type Amen to get blessing 3137. There's a place they once walked past and felt your energy. You weren't there, but your presence filled the air like a memory that refused to leave. It took their breath away. They now realize you were not just a part of their story, you are their story. Every chapter echoes that day you met. They've made peace with the pain. But the truth still needs to live outside of them. It needs to land in your heart, where it always belonged. You will soon see it in their eyes. You will feel it before they even speak. Because some truths can be recognized before they're heard. Type Amen to get blessing 3208. They are practicing what to say. Alone, in quiet spaces, with trembling lips. But the real moment will not be rehearsed. It will be raw, real, and divine. You might remember details they forgot. You might feel things they never voiced. But when it happens, it will feel like time folding into itself. They are being brave now. They are stepping out of the shadows. Because your soul deserves the truth that's been waiting to reach it. That first meeting was not the beginning, it was a return. A remembering. A sacred reconnection. Type Amen to get blessing 3344. Now they know what they must do. The signs are clear, and the moment is soon. They will speak. This time, they won't turn away. They won't let fear speak louder than love. You will hear the truth directly. You've always felt something was incomplete. That first day left an invisible thread between you. That thread has grown stronger with time. And now, that thread is pulling them toward you, urgently, insistently, unrelentingly. They are coming. Type Amen to get blessing 3417. Their heart is pounding every time they think of you. Their soul aches with the silence they've kept. But soon, all will be revealed. What they tell you may bring tears. But it will also bring healing. Because the truth always sets both hearts free. That first day wasn't ordinary. It was spiritual alignment. A cosmic event that rearranged everything inside of them. They will finally admit it, they knew something sacred happened when they met you. And that knowing never left. Type Amen to get blessing 3502. The world might not understand what you two share. But it doesn't need to. What matters is that you both remember the truth of that moment. They are about to become vulnerable in front of you. They are ready to put down every wall and every mask. What you will see is their soul, uncovered. Don't fear this moment. Let it come. Let their truth fall into your hands like a long-awaited gift. Because this truth is not just about them, it's about you too. You were part of it all along. Type Amen to get blessing 3666. There's a divine whisper in the wind now. You'll feel it in your chest. It's the sound of truth approaching. They are coming not just to speak, but to reconnect. And this time, there will be no running. You have waited unknowingly for this moment. And it's almost here. Their voice, their eyes, their truth, all finally aligned. Prepare yourself. Because what they are about to say will shake your spirit awake in ways you've never known before. Type Amen to get blessing 3777. The day you first met changed everything, and now, the full story is ready to be told. They're stepping forward, holding truth in trembling hands. And when they arrive, you'll feel it before they even say a word. This isn't the end, it's a new beginning. The hidden chapter is about to unfold. And your soul already knows the lines by heart. Their secret is no longer a burden. It's a message. A divine delivery from the past into your present. And soon, it will all make sense. The silence, the signs, the ache in your spirit. This was the moment you were always meant to receive. Type Amen to get blessing 4004.